How you doing, guys? How you doing? Hope you're well. We had to no, I had to come back. Obviously now because what is she asking? She says, "Where were you?" I was at home. That's where I was. That's where I was. I was at home. I know I had to come back because at least there's news, but also I have free time today, so I can at least come back online and talk about a few things. Because to be honest with you, there was nothing to talk about. I was actually waiting for the players to come back, which was yesterday, to come back and see what's going to uh, go on with the transfers. Unfortunately, even after my prayers, even after hoping that if I come back on YouTube and say something, I will be saying goodbye to certain players. I will not be saying goodbye to players who are 18, 21 years old, 22, 23 years old. Anyway, one person did warn me. Why you laughing? did warn me saying
Carl warned us all.
yeah, that Pep Guardiola is not the manager to do a rebuild with. And I was like, no, I don't believe that. But it looks like this man doesn't want to play the kids, and this man wants to keep grandfathers at the club. Anyway, before we start, we're going to officially retire uncles. Let's stop calling these people uncles because now
I'm still calling them uncles.
no,
Sorry.
they're not uncles now. They're tenants because they're here to stay. They're with us to forever. They're the tenants of this place. This place belongs to them. Gundogan is the landlord of Man City, and Pep Guardiola is the overseer. And they're here. These guys are going to live here for a long time. Gundogan will be 40 years old, still scoring bicycle kick goals, and Bernardo Silva will run until the age of 30. It's just not 30, 40.
30,
Yeah.
30.
It's quite funny though. But anyway, let's start with the disappointment. I'm not gonna start with Trafford because I'm also disappointed with the Trafford news because I don't know why he's still laughing.
Ken knows of the law. I think there's a law, the tenancy law here in the US. Something like about if a person, if you go away and a person goes into your house and they stay there for a very, very long time, I think there's a law around because their property or something if you don't show up. So that's what you talk about unks, having tenancy, it, and the young guy's going away. He's taking over the building.
They are the tenants. They are the tenants. It's like you're right. A homeless person has come in.
I have
and just taken over. So the Gundogan is a tenant now. He belongs to City. He's got shares in Man City. So these are like tenants now. So I don't know what we can do.
His clock starts over because he left.
Who?
Remember, he left.
That is true.
So his reign starts over. He's only at
Who's
1
that?
year.
Who's that?
It's weird.
Anyone look.
It's just
Well,
Tennessee ends.
it doesn't matter. His contract was extended, so his tenancy was extended, and he's given back the keys, so he's here.
Because listen, I know people are like, oh, I've come again with my wahala. I told Kenny today that the Angular game broke me. It broke me. I just like, nah, guys aren't serious, man. You just aren't serious. Nah, come on, man. You get all these kids on the bench, Foden, Shirky, in a knockout game, and you start Gundogan and Bernardo. No, you're not serious.
I remember his reaction to that too, live. I was when you showed up on the post game. I remember.
Yeah, I was like, nah, I don't talk you guys. Just be ready for it. You're all gonna, you're gonna see. Right, Victor is going, Echeverri is going now, and the young best players probably in South America on the 21 all going out and loan. We're gonna keep Gundogan and Bernardo in the game so we can control the game and make 1,000 million passes, and we're going to be happy. And then in transition, if they can't run back, we're all going to say it's okay. We won a treble four and a quad, and everything's going to be fine. That's what's going to happen. We shall see.
Yeah, it kind of feels like we're sacrificing our future to cater to our past, and I just don't get it.
I'm happy. Anyway, this man, is he the one signing off? Who's I'm gonna use this word. Who's the idiot at the Etihad who's signing this off? If these are true, who's signing them off as smiling? Because if I was Echeverri, if they call me back on loan next season, I'll be like, piss off. I'll be like, you're gonna piss off. No, I don't want. Let me stay this side.
I'll give you an example, right? So this 15-year-old kid from Arsenal that played against the Newcastle a couple of days ago. I remember watching the game, and I said to myself, "Wow, this kid is playing really well. They're playing really well. I like the fact that Arteta gave him a chance against Newcastle, right? A friendly, right? Some of these locals talk up a friendly. Yeah, we have Cherky on the bench, Foden on the bench, and many others on the bench. Hayes was on the bench. Kusanov was on the bench. Four of those new players didn't start. Didn't start. And you say to yourself, what's the point? Right? What's the point in signing a young player not going to start such a game against Al Hilal? What's the point? If we
Not
can
even
start
young players,
against,
just like
yeah,
players that we brought, like just not 35-year-olds.
yeah, what's the point? It's yeah. So I'm sure the answers to the questions, but just ask again. What's the point?
I don't know.
When you
For me, I don't understand because I don't even understand why Victor is being sent out. Like, what's the advantage? Because first of all, if people say, "Oh, there's no space or this," I remember Pep Guardiola told us that the reason why he was not sending Foden and Rico always out on loan is because they learn more around the team. So why is Victor being signed off to go? Why are you signing off Echeverri?
Because Victor apparently legend Victor wants to play because there's a World Cup next year. Victor cannot stay on the bench for Brazil. He's not going to get a spot. He's not going to play. He's not going to go in the Brazil squad, even on the bench. So Victor has to go. So if you knew Victor has to go, then why take him from South America when he was doing well?
Yeah,
Keep him there.
why wasn't he just loaned there? Why did we force the loan? Remember,
But the ITH would tell you, well, they didn't want to let Brazil, Madrid or Barcelona get him. Oh, you can buy him and send him back on loan.
yeah, after he was bought, the home team said, "Can we keep him?" And we said, "No, we need him."
You just send it back on loan. Send it back to Brazil after you buy him, like we did with Alvarez, like we did with Jesus. No, but you brought him to Manchester and kept him on the bench, except for a few games here and there. Yeah, it's. I just ask the questions. But yeah, they say me, I'm not the real fan because I ask questions.
Well,
I don't
now we
drink
don't
the Kool-Aid.
now we also saw Maxime Peroni, somebody who I highly rated, and quite funny. He was sent out, and we still have people who can't even track back now. I don't know. It's just I don't now I don't. You know what? What do we tell what do we tell these kids? Because after Peroni, they should have started smelling the flowers. That I don't think you go there and anything will happen for you. Because if I'm from South America, why don't I just leave my dream of going to Barcelona and
Do
Madrid?
you
I don't care.
remember, Kelly? Kelly, do you remember what I told you guys many months ago about that kid from Argentina, from River Plate? You remember?
Yeah. Yeah, the one who
When,
went. Is he going
right.
to PSG or Madrid? He's going to one of the two.
I believe it was Madrid. When all the noise was
Oh,
around, we got this.
yeah.
Yeah, he's coming. Yeah. He's not coming. I told you insight. I gave you insight as to why I knew who was going to come. Here we go. You know why? Because he ain't going to get playing time and he knows it. He ain't going to get playing time and he knows it.
So anyway, so let's ignore the fact that okay, let's just accept the fact that okay, looks like these kids are being sent out, and hopefully I wish the best, especially Echeverri. I wish Echeverri shows people who he is, and it's very unfortunate that he's been sent out because I thought at least we use him as a winger because he can play as a winger, he can play as a number 10, he can play as a left winger, right winger. But anyway, it is what it is. If they want to keep certain players just for the sake of name, because why are we keeping John Stones who gets injured? Why are we keeping Ake who gets injured? Why don't we just risk on a kid who's 19 and hungry? But anyway, let's talk about this, Cow. And at the end, I want to hear your opinion. So there's a lot of people who have attacked me online because apparently I am not glazing or twerking for Trafford. First of all, Cow, did Trafford play for Madrid? Because I'm surprised. Because I'm looking at tweets, people thinking that Trafford is the best thing since toast bread. What has he achieved? Because you played for Burnley.
He won the 21 World Cup, and that's what they're used for. Yeah, that's the level, that's the standard that you've be followed.
Yeah, but are they not the same people who preach to me that the reason why certain kids can't go to the first team because the gap is too big? So now you're telling me somebody who was playing in the championship for Burnley because they kept 29 clean sheets because it's Burnley. It's not the pressure at City. I don't know if people can understand. Do you know the pressure at City is different? Do you see Onana? Onana was one of the best keepers in Italy. He came to United. The jersey becomes too heavy. It's different pressure. It's and you know what's more? Look at this. Look at this.
Is he? I've never seen him play. I did back him because I like his confidence.
What's that?
It's lacking on our team.
Somebody wrote that Trafford is world class.
The only class is world is in the class of championship in the Burnley. Leave all these things, man. Let's people to leave all this. Which
this is what I wanted to tell people.
What's this? What is this?
People don't learn a lesson. They forgot. That's what I'm saying. Do you know what? Who comes with a better CV, Trafford or Calvin Phillips? Calvin Phillips was the player for England, season player of England, and then he was one of the best midfielders in the championship. What happened to Calvin Phillips? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. I'm not trying to say that, he's going to flop. I'm saying gears down. Put your gears down, please. Because some of you guys are saying, is this Valverde or Casillas? Maybe some of you guys are too young for those Madrid keepers. This is not.
Casillas was so good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That give him time. Oh my God, you stop thirsting. Someone said
lazy time.
Yeah. Give him time. Like give him. Like what did I say? At least if he came during the Club World Cup period, we could have seen him in the Club World Cup. Somebody said, he's taking the number one. Yeah, I get it. Like I wrote a message saying, look, it's ballsy taking the number one, but I'm telling you, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start my Grealish agenda on this kid. If he stinks, I will make sure I grill him.
Patrick is not the kid's fault now. Listen, he was here before. He went away. They brought him back. He has to do what he has to do. The question at the end of the day is going to be, number one, does he play? Number two, when he does play, do we see the same standard that he used for players who are not traditionally from the UK? If he doesn't play well, do we see some people talk about him like they talk about Sterling, like they talked about Doku, like they talked about all these guys? That's what you're going to see, or are they going to glaze in even with the way they glaze Jack Grealish, right? Where he's not performing well, but because he's Jack and he's from England, they whitewash everything and make sure everything looks good and hunky dory.
Yeah, because
you're gonna see that.
Because you know what's making me laugh. People should understand this. By the way, Sheikh, I'm not trying to say an agenda like as a bad agenda on him. I will be asking questions because you guys have told me. I'm listening to you guys, Sheikh. I'm listening to you guys. You've told me that some people are saying he's world class. Some people are saying he's mint. Some people are saying so if he makes mistakes, do not cry if I start asking you questions that, okay, where is that mintness? Because you can't tell me that if we're talking about status right now, that Echeverri, he ranks on status-wise more than Echeverri. Because Echeverri, I think, ranks higher on talent and on ceiling.
Also homegrown now.
Yeah, homegrown tax. But it's just you guys make me laugh. You make me laugh. Let the kid play. Let him play. Give him a few games and let us see. Don't start insulting Edison. I see people saying, this guy is better than Edison. From where? Where is he better than Edison? Where is he better? I don't get it. I'm telling you, I am happy. And Kelkster knows that I'm very happy. Like, I'm very excited that an academy player has come back. And I want him to succeed. But I think the unnecessary pressure and these levels of glazing you guys are doing, they are next level. I'm telling you, they are next level. World class. Why are you playing for Burnley? My God. Then what's his name? Then Mboma is a GOAT. Then Mboma, who's going to Man United from Brentford, must be a GOAT because Mboma has been hitting good numbers. What about yourself, Kelkster? What do you think? Like, do you think I'm being a bit harsh telling people to come down a bit? Because this is a bit further. Because even right now, let me be honest. if you were to tell me today that, based on what I have seen or body of work, as they tell it in football, that body of work, what about Gallagher, who was at Liverpool versus Trafford? I'm taking the Liverpool keeper, the assistant Liverpool keeper, because I have seen him perform at a higher level than Trafford. All I want to see is let him play, and then we see. Don't tell me right now that he's top class. Don't tell me that he's better than Edison. That is rubbish. That is absolute rubbish, because that's just crazy. If he's better than Edison, how come Edison hasn't been sent out completely? I'm not sending Martin the link because you're trying to get.
I'm not either.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Check. You think you sent Martin? He's going to stand for you.
Well.
Wait. Check. Let me send you the link. Check. You come up here. You think you sent Martin? Then he's what? He's going to defend
Is that
Trafford.
the shake?
No, I don't know which shake is this. You think because you bring Martin is going to defend Trafford? Yeah, then Martin will just get cooked, because I'm telling you, there's nothing you can tell me about Trafford that I cannot point another keeper. Because what I can tell you is this: if I saw a tweet from somebody saying, "Oh, I'd rather Trafford than Donnarumma," Donnarumma has done better, guys. You have to not do fantasies. We're not here to fantasies. It says watch Trafford for 46 games last season, and Edison. Rashford is better right now. Oh, Trafford is no, he's not.
I'm sorry. That's some diehard commitment if you're watching the Burnley in the Championship.
I'm telling you, are people watching Burnley, or you're watching what you call it again, YouTube clips? Because come on, let's be honest. I've only watched YouTube clips, and let me be honest with you. When I watched the YouTube clips, I still didn't go like, whoa. I didn't go like wow. I don't know. It's just I am happy he's back, and I am excited he's back. Obviously, a few people who've done stories on him, they say he's a bit weak in the air because of his body frame. He has to get stronger in the air. But overall, his 1v1 is good. His penalty thing is good. He's good with his feet, even though Edison still outmatches him on passing with his feet. But I don't know. So what's your opinion? Like, why? Like, all of us are excited he's back, and all of us want an academy kid to succeed, as all of us wanted in the past. But do you think he's ready to take the number one? Because being a number one is not easy.
No, I don't. But if Ederson is going to stay, then I really rate this as him coming in for to be a number two for a season. And then, Ederson made it very clear he's going to leave. So we'll have Ederson step away next season, and hopefully Trafford will be ready. For me, it's just the excitement of bringing an academy player back, because I think that's a big positive to send to the academy players that, hey, you may not make it right now, but if you're good enough, you can come back. So, because he's basically the first one. I know Angelino technically came back, but we only bought him back to sell him at a profit. He was never coming to play. So he just came back to be sold. I personally have never watched Trafford outside of like a game or two. I don't watch the academy, and I don't watch Burnley. So I don't know if he's good or not. That's a big question I have, but I think if he comes in as a 2, that'll kind of, he can get his feet wet, because I think he'll end up playing more than we think he will. Ederson has been picking up some injuries, so that's opportunity for James to step up and deliver. Let's see what he can do. I'm excited also because he can actually save a penalty. Yeah. For the past 7, 8, 9 years, every time the other team gets a penalty, I'm like, that's an automatic goal. And now there's actually going to be some hope that somebody might stop a penalty. So that aspect is exciting. He's just a young player too. We know we have homegrown issues. He ticks those boxes. And yeah, we'll see what he does. He has to deliver though. But his first season, I'll give him some grace, because he doesn't have a lot of professional minutes. So we'll see what we got. But I'm less worried with him as a number 2, and I'm happy that he's not going to just come in straight away as a number 1, because I think he needs some time to develop. I'll be patient with his mistakes. I know he's going to have some. I'm gonna be lenient with younger players making mistakes next season, because I've been harping on the rebuild. So part of that is accepting mistakes that young players make. So I'm gonna be lenient on them, and not not just completely slag them off if, oh no, they make a mistake if we lose a game or whatever. Like, oh, it's like, okay, you're developing, you're learning. But that's just me. I know other people aren't. Doesn't mean I'm not going to overreact, but
Nah, there's too
I'm not
much.
going to call for them to be benched over one game because also
Nah,
I think I missed a minute. I had something in the oven I had to take out, so I ran off really quick there. But back to the whole conversation we were having earlier. I think Carl brought something up privately a long time ago. He said Viana and Pep are going to clash, and I think we're starting to see it. Because I think Viana just wants to scrap everything and start over. And he started bringing in the players for that. And Pep's like, nah, I want to play my guys. And who are we seeing leaving right now or being linked to moves? I know nobody's technically left yet, but who are we seeing linked? It's all the young players that Viana brought in. It's not the old guys that need to go and who are blocking the development of our new players. So, Carl, you were right again.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. Because looking at it right now, so Kovacic and Phillips are back at the Etihad, right? And Kovacic and Phillips are back at the Etihad. They're training.
I hear you laughing.
I don't know how you're laughing, Carl. They're not staying, those two. Jack Grealish is back, as you can see from the pictures. He's smiling. To be honest with you, as I said, I would rather keep a poor Jack Grealish than keep somebody who can't run back. Because my issue has been, if you can't run back and if you can track back or track, as some of the players were saying, what's the point of staying? But what was I saying? Well, who? Why are you laughing? I don't know why he's laughing.
To that point, you want to play a high line, and you want to have 1,000-minute passes in the opposition's box. When you lose the ball once in transition, you can't track back, and your strength, which is the high line or spacing behind, now becomes your weakness. You don't understand. I don't get it. But hey, we shall see.
Nah, you don't forget. We've always played the high line according to people, so we've always managed that. Forgetting that Kyle Walker was there for a reason. They keep forgetting. I don't know, man. I want to see what happens because first of all, Pep Guardiola said, "Oh, I don't want to work with a big squad." Now he's got 31 players who have come back, and all the 31 players look fit. Some of them deceive us; they look fit now, and then they get injured. So as you said, Victor has requested that he wants to leave. Big up to Victor. If he goes to Porto and Bayer Leverkusen, if I were him, I would say that I want to stay there. To be honest, stay there until somebody leaves. Okay, so anyway, guys,
it's just disappointing that Victor Hayes is apparently Pep wanted to keep him, and now he's the one being linked. This is like the second or third source kind of linking him away. So Pep wants Victor Hayes to stay. Turns out that was a lie. Good old Maury Povich reference.
Well, the thing is, I mean, the conversation probably went like, Boston needs to get game time. Oh no, you need to stay. Where am I going to play? I don't know. But I have to play to get to the World Cup. Okay, if that's the case, then you can go.
Yeah, he's
also in contention for Brazil's team. I don't.
He can
get
another
defensive situation or not.
In order to, I mean, it may not be him playing for Brazil at the next World Cup, but to be in contention, to be even on the bench, right? Even on the bench of Brazil's 24, 29 squad, you get to be playing, be in contention.
Yeah, but also don't forget the Brazil team. Most of the defenders are getting old too.
They're getting old too. Yeah. Marquinhos getting old. Who did have there again? Like that at River City before, the right back or left back. What's his name? Captain. He was a Juventus. He's getting old. He's getting much older, or much. Yeah. So it's Victor Hayes played with Echeverri in the Under-17 World Cup about 3 or 4 years ago.
And they were both captains too.
Captain to captain.
Well, I think that's important because last year, what was one of our biggest problems? We had no leadership on the pitch whatsoever. And even though some of these players like Echeverri and Victor Hayes are very young, there's,
Well,
having some
people will say, well, they will
even
say,
tiny bit of leadership is better than none.
what some people will tell you is that, oh, they're too young, they're inexperienced. How the hell are they going to grow if they don't play? So, if you know the season is the write-off, the season was a bad season, and yes, it was one of the worst we've had, probably under the Pep era, probably the worst one. Okay, then let them play. We understand it. I
Yeah, because
mean,
some of them looked really good when they played. Like, I know
yeah,
Husinov. I know
but
he's not perfect. This is not me totally glazing him, but I thought when he did come in some of those games early on,
well,
I thought he did look good.
Yeah,
they'll argue
he
with you,
He
saved
Ken.
us
They'll
in
had
some of
tell
those
you,
power, he
games.
had pace, and
they'll,
he
what they'll
came
tell you,
he
Kelly,
had to step up in some big games that he probably never expected to play in. Like, when you go
Kelsey,
to the Bernabeu and you just lock up Vinicius Jr. playing a position you don't normally play, like that's
What
big.
they'll tell you is that, oh, he trusted old guys to make Champions League fourth place or third place, so he had to allow the guys to put their experience. How do you get it with young guys? How do you know? You don't know.
Yeah.
You're willing to take the risk, so you're afraid. It, yeah, yeah. What for me,
Yeah.
the Al Hilal game really. I mean, it was just like, nah, man, are you serious? Are you serious? And what really made it for me was second for them come on within 2 minutes to score a goal. To break that low block down through the but incredible beat of skill, Bill Shirky to put the combination to score a goal.
Oh, by the way, there's a question here. Since there's a question here, as always, where somebody wants to be a smartass. They're saying who on the panel actually goes to games. Do you want to start, Kelster? Kelster, haven't you been to a game before?
I've been to one game.
Yeah, and what about
Sorry.
Carl?
As you can tell from our accents, none of us live in Manchester. We're not lucky enough to be able to go to games every week.
Yeah,
For me,
this is
it's a 15-hour plane ride, something like that. 15-hour trip for me to go to a game, and I just can't do it very often. So,
yeah. So
if you're trying to slag us off for being foreign fans,
yeah,
this is the wrong stream for you, because we're all two of us live in the United States, one of us lives in Ireland. So getting to the Etihad is difficult for a lot of us.
Yeah,
I'm 8 time zones away from the UK.
Yeah.
So I don't go to games, but I get up at all hours of the day and night to watch them.
Yeah, and she still went to the game anyway. And then Carl, have you been to a game, Carl?
Have I been to a game? I probably spent more on games than other guys' entire life on going to the Etihad. But I digress. If you know how hard it is for people like Kelly to wake up at 2, 3 a.m. to watch a game on the West Coast of the United States, you know how hard it is, and you talk about how you've been to a game. I shouldn't even answer the question. It's a disgrace.
It's
It frankly
stupid.
is.
Do you know what? I don't want.
What does having to go to a game have to do with anything?
Oh no.
Yes,
What?
I go to games, right? But what does that have to do with anything?
Yeah, so Carl gets a plane all the way from America and he goes to games. He goes to a lot of Champions League games. Now let me say something to people, and I'm going to say something to you guys because I don't care to most times. What I've noticed is when people your favorites are being criticized or people are not saying things that you don't like, you ask, have you been to games? You know what? Nobody cares. Let me be honest with you. Nobody cares. If you want to watch a channel that goes to games, I have good friends, like my best friend Martin. He goes to games. Go on his channel. He'll tell you about it. But Martin is my good friend. He lives next to the Etihad. So I don't really care for you to ask that silly question. And by the way, if Kel's opinion you don't like it, it's I don't care also, because that's her opinion. If she tells you she doesn't think Gundogan should be here, I believe Gundogan shouldn't be here. If I tell you myself personally that I don't rate Trafford right now, I don't rate Trafford. So cry about it. Cry. Who cares? Cry. Because this is what I've noticed some of you guys.
Big up, Martin.
Yeah, so no, big up Martin. Martin, I love Martin. Some of you guys want somebody to say what you like, and that's when you're happy. Nobody cares. I don't care. If I tell you that I don't rate Lewis, I don't like Lewis as a right back, Cry about it. So keep crying. Anyway, let's keep moving. What about Ortega? Do you think Ortega has been hard done by? Some people say that Ortega has been hard done by. That
Wait, why am I
Ortega.
full of garbage?
Ignore him. He's crying. Ignore him. He's crying. Ignore him. He's crying. So
I'm full of garbage.
Ah,
Okay, I'm full of garbage, guys.
yeah. So anyway,
What's the point? I'm full of garbage.
no, it's because you're not saying what he likes or what he likes. So anyway, what I was about to say. So Ortega has been told to leave apparently. Do you think it's a bit unfair?
I mean, it's just natural if you're going to bring another keeper in because you don't realistically you're only going to have 3 keepers.
Yeah.
So, and we brought Trafford in. Like that was a big opportunity. Like I think the club is looking at Trafford as like a 10-year signing. And maybe they didn't think they could get him this next summer. Maybe they thought he'd go somewhere else because he was heavily linked to Newcastle. And also the price. What was it? They matched a buyback or something. It was, I don't know exactly what it was called. They get an opportunity to match the first bid or something. And for some odd reason, Newcastle like lowballed it, and then they were able to match it based on the contract. So I think they were thinking like, hey, we can get a 10-year English player for a decent price. Because remember, English players are going, they're asking 80 million for Morgan Gibbs-White. So the English tax is a real thing. And so maybe they just saw this as an opportunity to get a cheap English player. And to be fair, Ortega's had kind of bad season last season.
Yeah, because I was just thinking this because this is where maybe obviously they do highly rate what's his name, Edison, because obviously he is the best keeper that City have seen in a while. Let's be honest, people can start throwing Joe Hart, but Joe Hart was useless in certain moments sometimes, even though I loved him. But he is obviously the one who even Trafford was saying in an interview that this is the guy I used to look up to. This is the guy I sort of admired. And he says, I want to learn from. So maybe from their look, they were like, you know what? Ortega has got a more contract than Edison. And we know Edison's contract is running out, but would rather have Edison here before he leaves so that maybe Trafford can learn from him. You never know, obviously. Things can go sideways, but Edison already said he's staying, so I don't see any surprise that's going to come out. And this is the thing is, I think the more
but it's our second keeper of the window now.
Sorry,
got one guy from Chelsea now, and then on June or May now. Didn't get
their keeper. But realistically, is that guy ever going to play?
I think he will. Isn't he like 33 years old?
But that's the point, right? So now you have 4 keepers.
Scott Carson never played.
So that's the go.
Yeah, but did Scott Carson come? Wasn't he older than this, Scott Carson?
Yeah, but my point is that Ortega has to go. There's no choice. Yeah. 4 keepers? No.
Also, Ortega wants to be a starter, and he's just not going to be a starter at City. I think he showed when we did have to rely on him for an extended period of time, he struggled. Like, remember that, like the one that sticks out for me last season, that Arsenal game away, he was awful in that game where we got pounded 5-1. I don't think we could rely on him to be a starter for us if like push came to shove. But there's plenty of teams he could start for, and if he wants to be a starter, then this is a great opportunity.
And you know what? If he started somewhere, he has an opportunity to become the number 1 for Germany, because that German number 1 is looking iffy at the moment because Ter Stegen is no longer the first choice at Barcelona now. And Ter Stegen is also not being viewed as a number 1 keeper. So maybe Ortega can look at that and say, you know what, I have the ability to challenge Ter Stegen, but I have to go. Because for me, personally...
I don't know anything about Ederson. What?
Well, what's happening?
When telling me to cry about Ederson, I'm like,
you
said anything about
ignore them.
Him off.
Ignore them. You don't
Listen, I like that guy. I think he's a psychopath. I love him.
Yeah, don't listen to people. People are crying. People are, their feelings are hurt.
Sorry, I'm full of garbage. I forgot.
No. Their feelings are hurt is because you didn't say what they wanted you to say. Nobody cares. They can continue crying. And you know what? I could have easily done what. You know what I could have done? I could have done what other YouTubers do. They block people. No, I don't block people. I leave you there. You can continue spouting rubbish. It doesn't matter. What was I about to say? Ortega could actually potentially be number 1 for Germany. Like, who is the German keeper that's doing anything right now? That's what I'm
I
saying.
think Neuer retired from Germany, didn't he?
Neuer, I don't know if he has.
Yeah, because it's
I
just
know
interesting because it's a World Cup year coming up. So I'm wondering if he actually did retire, because like he's such a shoo-in. Oh, sweet, they're finalizing the storm. Yes.
Yeah. So what, Kakao? So Kao, I wanted to ask you something, and Kao, do you? Another thing I wanted to ask, and I've always wanted to ask, because some people seem like their answer is yes, but I'm confused. Do you think Man City? Do you think Omar Mamouche is not a striker? Because people keep telling me that I label him wrong, that he's not a striker, that we actually need a second striker.
He's not a number 9.
So you would agree with them saying we need a number 9?
He's not a number 9. He's not a 9, right? He's kind of this second number 9. It's not
He's
a
a
10.
second
He's not a 9.
striker.
Yeah. So, but the question now becomes, what system do you play if you're going to play one or the other? He's not a 9. He's a second striker, right? So does he play 3-5-2, 2-3-5 with 2 strikers, or does he go one for the other? He plays him out of position on the left or the right. Still playing like natural wingers, then the guy's confused because he can't play left wing or right wing. This is what I talk about. So when we talk about keeping it simple again, going back to foundations, 4-3-3, 17-18, 18-19, 4-3-3, wingers wide, fullback coming on. Simple. We know where all the wingers are supposed to be. Get to the bottom, jump it back in, go score a goal. Attack with 5-5-5. Now we have these combinations of players that are playing out of position and confusion and not quite sure. So it has to be intricately perfect, or else when they lose the ball, it's in transition. But I don't know. I mean, where would you play about? Where would you play? Where would you play Marmouche? Where would you play Foden? But they're not wingers. Foden's not a winger. I mean, there's Marmouche a winger. So if Haaland plays, then Marmouche doesn't play.
But don't you think Marmouche is pretty good when he starts, like, when he plays left wing, he's not like a touchline winger. He kind of inverts into that 10 space.
But what is his strength, Ken? What's the thing that he excelled at Frankfurt? Why did you
He was
buy
behind
him
the
from
striker.
Thank you. So if that's what he excelled at what age is he now? 20 what? 20 what is it?
25, 26,
25, 25, right? If he's done that all his career as a young kid growing up, being that second striker, right then he excelled, and you bought him for that. You now change the role to be this inverted left winger. He's not going to be as good as he was at Frankfurt. It's not. Reprogram him to be something else that he's not. Now I get it, right? So the Bruyne wasn't the number 10 before. He played the winger, but they moved him. I get it. I get it. Fair enough. But David Silva was what he was. Sane was what he was. Sterling was what he was. So was Aguero. Right? They played the positions excellently. The company Laporte played it well.
Oh.
Walker was always a fullback. He didn't try to become an inverted fullback or top. He bought because he bought for up and down. Simple. He knew what to do. Explosive. It's simple. He going back to the basics that worked. There's no need to change it to the point where people are confused and not quite sure what to do. That's why they struggle, because it's not natural for them. The instinct is gone. The reason why 17, 18, 18, 19 was so good, because we played on instinct. We knew where everybody's going to be, played with that natural flair and balance in the team. So Paris Saint-Germain did for most of their season. They play on instinct. So everybody knows where it's supposed to be. Yes, they lost against Chelsea. One game too much. They played Bayern, played Madrid, played Atletico, played all these tough teams all the way to the final and just ran the gas. But Chelsea played who? So
wait, give me a minute, Carl. So anyway, as I say, I give people a limit. So I'm going to get rid of Sheikh because you're a useless idiot. Number one, Sheikh. Number two, if somebody comments another stupid comment again, I'm going to block you again. If you want, I repeat this. If you want to listen to what you call that, Mancunian or people from Manchester, go and listen to people from Manchester. No, don't come here and sprouting rubbish saying, "Oh, the reason why people are like this." Show some respect. I will block you, and I don't want you to come back here at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, I don't give a shit what your opinion is in your comments, spouting rubbish, saying stupid stuff about Kelkster, just because she told you that in her opinion. Because what you're doing is stupid.
I'm not even hating today. I don't know what this is.
This is what I'm saying. What you're doing is stupid, because I have been on shows.
I'm a hater. I'm not being a hater today.
That's what I'm saying. I have been on shows with your favorite YouTubers who've literally also said things against players, and yet you guys don't say this. I don't care for meetables. I don't care. Don't say, Pat, you have to show. I don't care for meetables. You guys, there's a bit of favoritism here, because I have seen.
I got FIFA. We'll talk to you later.
Yeah. You know what? I have seen people who are your favorite YouTubers say some negative stuff about players, but you glaze them. So if you are here to say things about Kelkster because she hasn't even said anything, you're just saying out of an agenda. So you can piss off, unsubscribe, and piss off today. I'm just telling you today, unsubscribe and piss off, because I will not be watching people have agendas. So I'll block you in a few minutes. But I've already blocked your guy Sheikh. He's completely blocked. He's not even on timeout. He's completely blocked. If you want to continue, just piss off. For meetables, I have known you for a while. If you want maybe happy hour, go to the channel where they give you happy hour. I don't give a shit. Then even JMCFC, I'm also blocking you. You can also piss off. End of. There, we're done.
Said I paid myself to go on LB's show. That doesn't even make sense.
because people are stupid. You know what? I've noticed.
Doesn't even make sense.
No. Let me talk to you. People are stupid. They take advantage because sometimes you're nice, which I am always nice to people. And Kao knows this. I'm nice and respectful to people. The people go to channels and they get blocked right away. And the funny thing is, I can even name drop names. If you watch LB's channel, LB has got very strong opinions on Pep Guardiola. LB has got very strong opinions on certain players who he thinks are out. I watch LB and I know LB. If you go to
LB.
If you go to Martin's channel, Martin has got opinions on players he thinks have to leave. He's got opinions on things that have to leave. If you go on Nobin's channel, he'll tell you who he thinks is good enough, who this player needs to be on long, this youngster needs to be on long. But what I have noticed with some of you people, you come on this channel and you try to use the whole thing that, oh, you've never been to the Etihad. You try to come on this channel and pretend as if it's only this channel that talks about football players. I'm sorry, I watch content. I watch every City fans content. They have been saying for months that certain players have to leave. Just because I'm not with you on Trafford doesn't mean I have changed as a YouTuber. No, I am not with you on Trafford. All I'm telling you is, until I see Trafford play, I am not going to back up Trafford. I'm sorry. And if Kelkster tells you that, oh, maybe she wants Gundogan gone because she feels like the youngsters won't have an opportunity, she said nothing wrong. So I don't understand. I don't understand why people are crying. I know some of you people cry for no reason, and I know some of you people just come with a different type of agenda. I'm telling you. If I don't care if you like it or not. If you come back to this channel and Trafford drops a stinker, I will have an agenda against Trafford. I will go at Trafford and say, not at Trafford actually. It's bad to go at Trafford. I'll go at you guys who are twerking for Trafford and glazing him and say, I thought you told me that he's one of the best in the world. I thought he's world class. I'm telling you, you're coming to the wrong channel with this energy. I'm telling you, you are coming to the wrong channel. Anyway.
Yes, I'll block them if they go out of control.
Yeah. So anyway, so let's keep going. I've even blocked somebody at a point where my whole comments are gone now. Anyway, you made me forget what I was about to say. So what about Haaland, who last season I personally thought he was struggling with the pressing. Do you think it was only the fact that he was maybe struggling with the pressing because the whole team was not great? What's your opinion, Carl, when you look at Haaland and his pressing? I thought his pressing was not great. And I don't know. What do you think? Is it because of the whole team wasn't great?
Haaland's strength is not pressing, Patrick and Kelly. It's not pressing. It's not a strength. The strength is to finish. He's not a presser. Doesn't have the physique, the explosive, short kind of bursts like Alvarez has pressing. Aguero could press as well because they have the physique, the ability to press, zigzag quickly, press you. Usman Dembele is one of the best pressers in the world. Haaland is not like that. It's not a presser. So what do? Somebody has to press on his behalf. Kind of dogs to the press doesn't really reach them. Now, over like, a quick, 30, 40 yards, ball over the top, you can run. Dortmund is explosive. But he's not a presser like that at all. So, yeah, it's not him. He's a finisher. He's a deadly finisher. And we got to figure out a way to use that part of him to help him compensate for the other parts.
I think we brought in some players that'll help Haaland quite a bit. Like,
So are they going to play together though?
Yeah, that's my biggest issue this whole season. Since we're starting to do our predictions, I'm noticing a lot of people are putting their this is our best 11 lineup, and there's one name that's a glaring omission in all of them, and the name is Bernardo Silva. But we all know what's going to happen. He's going to play every game, and I'm worried that whoever that player is who gets sacrificed so that Bernardo can play, I'm worried that's a player that can get the ball to Haaland, and Bernardo can't. He proved all last season he can't. Savio got Haaland the ball. I think he had 7 assists just to Haaland. Savio can get him the ball. Foden, the jury's out. I think Turkey will once the time comes. And I need Marmoush and Haaland playing together because Marmoush will do the pressing.
Yeah.
And if Haaland is just the centerpiece and there's nobody pressing, it's easy for the center backs to just be there and just
but can I ask you a question though? But do you need others to be doing the pressing while Haaland can start the press himself?
I think you need a blend of the two because that's what Alvarez was doing the press.
But you get what I'm saying? He's
Haaland goals that season.
Yeah, but Haaland is 25 years old. Like, come on, why can't he press himself?
I'll share with you some stuff offline when we're done. I can't share it online.
Yeah.
But I would say it's an issue that he needs to resolve. I will tell you that.
He thrives in transition too, and I feel like we've made a very concerted effort to not play in transition like at all. Last season, every time we had a transition, one of the older players just completely stopped it and they passed backwards, and everybody had to stop running. Haaland thrives in those. Why don't we ever uncork him anymore? Like we've done it. We used to do it in the past. Like his first season, Eddie would shoot him some long balls and stuff like that.
Yeah, but Ken, let me ask you this question.
Him every now and then.
Let me ask you the question. The first season, who was Mr. Transition with him? Who was the guy supplying him all the transition balls, both short and long?
Kevin.
Yeah, there you go. Where's Mr. Kevin De Bruyne now?
He's in Napoli.
Okay, fair enough. All right, getting old. Who's going to replace him? Who's the Kevin?
Turkey. I'm guessing Turkey is their best bet. The problem is Turkey's probably going to be the one that sacrificed quite a bit for Bernardo. That's my prediction. I don't know if that's just a prediction. I could be wrong.
It's going to be interesting. We'll see what happens. I'm optimistic in a sense that I'm curious. I'm more curious than optimistic. Yeah.
So wait.
I think Rodri and Tajani are going to be really good together. They'll get the ball forward. Last season, we just had no one who could get the ball forward. Nobody, Bernardo doesn't make long passes anymore. Kovacic doesn't. I mean, he'd do a couple here and there. Gundo can't do anymore. And that's who featured most of last season. So Haaland just basically was wasted last season. And he still got 20 goals. So I think with better players, I think Tajani and Rodri together, that pivot, I think they'll get the ball forward quite a bit. And we just have to see what happens. I don't know who the 10 is going to be in that situation, but I'm going to hope that Tajani and Rodri make a big difference. I hope I'm wrong about Bernardo. I hope he has a better season, but I see him as our weak link right now,
Nah,
based on who we've brought in.
If Bernardo is played the right way, and I repeat this, if he's played the right way, I think Bernardo can be a very dangerous too. But if we start seeing Bernardo being shoehorned as last season, where he's let me play Bernardo as a winger, I think that doesn't work anymore, because what happens if Kao has said it multiple times, Bernardo as a winger.
What is the best use of him?
The best use of him is play him as a number 8. Play him to pick up the ball. Pick up the ball from deep. And that's what he is. That's what Bernardo is. But ever since he was brought to this, yes, he did
Is
work
he our
out
best number 8, though? Who's our best number 8? Bernardo? Tijani Reinders? Nico Gonzalez? I'm just throwing the name out there. Just who's our best number 8? Phil Foden?
On his day, Bernardo Silva is a very good player. A very great player on his day. The only issue I have is, as I say,
in 2025.
Yes, I still put my hands up and say he's one of the best players if you play him as a number 8. I don't know if I'm wrong. How you doing? How you doing, bro?
Oh, Mateus is coming for me.
Yeah. No, he's not coming for anybody.
Yeah,
what was I about to say? No, I think Bernardo, play him where he belongs. It's good, but don't number one.
Is he our number 8 in our best 11?
I would still play him on our best.
Are you playing 2 8s and no 10, or how?
No. Okay. On a day where Bernardo Silva has rested and he hasn't been overplayed by Pep Guardiola, even against the big team, I'll still put Bernardo Silva next to a DM.
Okay, so that means Tijani's on the bench then.
I would put Tijani on the bench. People can hold that. People want to hold smoke. They can hold that. No, I think people don't get the whole Bernardo Silva thing. Bernardo Silva was never a trash player. The guy who controls Bernardo Silva is the guy who makes him look bad. Never play Bernardo as a right winger. Simple. That's the issue we have. I don't know.
We're Champions League final tomorrow.
I'm playing Bernardo.
What's your best? What's your midfield? Is it Rodri and Bernardo and Tijani on the bench? And
Champions League final. Champions League final. I'm playing Bernardo Silva.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh hell.
So 2025 Bernardo is still in your best lineup. Okay.
Yes, he's 30 years old. He's not a grandpa, is he?
Well, Carl.
I don't know. I'm just.
I got to hear Carl's response to that.
I don't know.
I mean, listen. You live with Bernardo. I just can't live with Gundogan and Bernardo together.
Thank you.
Right? The issues. Gundogan had left. He had gone to Barcelona. He had captained us. We said goodbye. Farewell. Thank you very much for your service. He goes to FC Barcelona. It's absolutely horrible to get rid of him, essentially. We bring him to do what? Not to be captain, to control the game. Why? Because he was free. So my issue is not, again, it's not Bernardo. Bernardo's never been my problem. I've always been a Bernardo fan. It's the two of them together, that age and stage where they cannot deal with the transitions. They just have the legs to do it at this point. But you insist to play them together. One as a winger, one as a midfielder, a number 10, or is it an 8? We're not quite sure.
Okay, so Tijani's on the bench for Bernardo.
I
would bench him in the final.
If you had a final today, if you had a CL final today, I mean, my midfield will probably be Foden, Rodri, probably Tijani. That's my 3. Or that's my 3. Or Rodri, Foden. So I'm an old-fashioned guy.
That's fun.
Right? I'm an old-fashioned guy, right? I want the 2 number 10s, 2 number 8s, a 6, 4 backs bombing up and down, 2 center backs on a strong and quick recovery. Number 9 drops in, wingers wide, attacking the byline, dropping in. 5 and 5. All this overcomplicating. One winger has a right winger, Savina, who can't use the outside right foot. On the left, on the right side, frustrates the hell out of me. I just can't deal with it. Jack Green can't shoot from the 18-yard box. Just frustrate you guys. Don't cycle the ball. It gets frustrated. I can't deal with that.
You just need it's quite simple. Like people don't get it. Like there would be and this is what hurts people the most, and people get touched.
Patrick, sorry, if Madrid can bring on Modric with 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes to go to help the game, that's what Bernardo's role should be.
Yeah, but the thing is, they used to, at the age of Bernardo, Modric used to play as a first choice. But do you know what they did? They used to have people around him who are more physical, who
That's
are like
true.
better physically. Like
That's
the issue,
true.
like the issue is quite simple. It's not even math. Even Gundogan, I don't care if he stays. It's just a matter of how you have to set up the team. But the issue is, if I see my manager, and you know what? If somebody is in the chat and wants to come here on camera and defend this, give me the best answer to this. Why would you play KDB and Bernardo Silva as two holding midfielders? Matthias asked that question and nobody has given an answer until the date of the day. People are just like, oh, you experiment. Experiment what? You are one of the best managers in the world. What are you experimenting?
I have the answer. I have the answer for Matthias. Matthias,
experimenting with younger players. That's the
Matthias,
question.
it's a very simple. It's a very simple answer, Matthias. It's called love. LOVE.
But this is not Love Island, is it?
I hear you, brother. But I'm telling you, love does weird things to your brain.
Yeah. Do you know? Just answer. I think just answer to your thing to your when you put a nice statement in terms of like Real Madrid used to bring on Modric off the bench, but I think we are in a kind of different situation than them. The reason why is because let's say for example if Real Madrid are 2-0 up, let's say a Vallecano, they have that luxury of bringing Modric and just to calm the game down, keep the ball moving. But if we are 2-0 up, let's say away to Brighton or Bournemouth, you don't want to bring Gundogan on the pitch because the type of football in La Liga compared to us is different. The team will just go long balls, corners. They won't play football. They will like just pin the ball into the box, and that's where you kind of need your like tall physical players to deal with aerial duels and whatnot. Gundo can't handle that. Yeah, we play football.
We played last
We
season
play football completely different than in Spain. If you look at our away games, where whenever we hold on into a lead, we throw away because of corners, like throw-ins, like ball just flying around because ball just fly in the Premier League. They're never on the ground; they're just flying. Do you know what I mean? So it's different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but look, but you're talking about physicality and tonus, and yet we had Nico G on the bench in that KDB Silva combo.
We played the center back pairing that terrible at aerial duels. There's statistics out there that show that Diaz and Kanji, when they were a center back partnership, was like the worst partnership for aerial duels. Like it was terrible.
I think Kanji is quite good on the air. I'm not sure about.
He was bad last season though.
Yeah, he was, but the last 2 seasons he was quite good. But I think just single out Akanji last season is a bit unfair.
I love him with Diaz. I'm knocking Diaz too.
The players, the manager was poor. He was just shit show. With Nico Gonzalez, listen, no one knows the answer, but at the end of the day, we know that Pep Guardiola doesn't see him as a hold midfielder. He might see him as an 8, but not as a hold midfielder. Hence why listen, Tijani Randers will be the Rodri backup. It's just simple as that. And he said,
you have accepted that now.
No,
scary,
it's not about me accepting it. It's about what the manager is telling you. The manager told you that. Basically, the manager told you after Tottenham away when we won 1-0. Was it 1-0? Yeah, we won 1-0, wasn't it? When we were just up at our ass in the final minutes of the game. They missed an easy chance in that. We won 1-0, and we went with Kovacic and Nico G as a double pivot. And Kusanov was at the back. So we played really well in the first half. Second half, we done okay for the first 10-15 minutes. Then Tottenham just came out, and then we were just holding on to the leads, basically just get out of there with the win. But after that game, I think he took Nico Gonzalez off on the 83rd minute. Yeah, on the 83rd minute, and he brought in Bernardo. And 5 seconds into that game, Bernardo gave the ball away in front of him. Yeah, and it was a decent chance from Tottenham. They should have scored. And I watched the press conference embargo after that game, and he said that he was asked why he took Nico Gonzalez off when we were holding on into the lead, and he said really clear. There was a moment in the that's what he said. There was a moment in the game where he went to a position where he shouldn't been in that position. He jumped where he shouldn't jump. He should have just stayed in that position. And then against Bournemouth at home, Nico Gonzalez came in to play 3 minutes, and he's asked the same. He was asked about Nico Gonzalez because Nico Gonzalez was a bit upset why he only came on for 3 minutes, and he said, Nico Gonzalez is a very young player. He still has a lot to learn. I play the players that know the system, understand the pattern of play. That's why Nico Gonzalez didn't start. However, if he's upset, I'm the manager. He shouldn't be upset. That's exactly what he says, by the way, in the press conference.
Was that after the Tottenham game?
Yeah, no, that was after Bournemouth.
Oh, the Bournemouth game.
Yeah, the Tottenham game was just because he jumped into he went to a position where he shouldn't be, which happens. Like every midfielder does that. I don't know why he called him out in the press conference. Bernardo Silva gave the ball away straight after he came on, and you said he didn't say a single thing.
No, nobody ever asks him that.
Listen, that's where I start picking up what he was saying about Nico Gonzalez, and in the Club World Cup, he showed as Roderick came off, he moved to join Reinders into that holding position. And there was a game when Nico Gonzalez starts. I can't remember that team. How something like that, where he gave the ball away. Nico Gonzalez. I think he just got disarmed.
He got fouled from behind, and he lost the ball because he got fouled from behind, and it didn't get called.
And my friends, yeah, that was the last time you saw Nico Gonzalez in the holding midfield position.
Not nothing, but this is.
So he's made 2 mistakes, and he's just.
Well, hold on, Kelly. That if this guy signed this guy, if he picked him, that's not happening. He's gonna find a way to protect and cover him. That's a DRS signing. I can tell you, because that's not the sign that you picked and said, "I want this guy here." Somebody else probably signed that guy.
I think those January signings are not his. That's what I think.
We shall see.
Yeah, because I think the only reason why he has no choice with Marmoush is because he's like, wow, the guy bailed me out of 7 moments. But look at how he dropped Marmoush as soon as Haaland came back. Like, if you were a normal manager, I know Haaland is Haaland, but Haaland is not fit. You could continue playing Marmoush. Patrick, because football is based on form, isn't it?
Patrick, yeah. He still has the final say on every signing. Chiki identified Marmoush. However, he still has to say yes. If he doesn't, the player doesn't come in.
Yeah, but he seems like those January signings, he doesn't rate them.
Yeah, no. The problem is, if you remember, when we in December, he was keep going on. Oh, give me my players back. That's what I want. And
yeah,
he was asking the question. Are you gonna bring in bodies in January transfer window? And he was keep say, I don't know. All I want right now is give me my players back.
Yeah.
No, listen.
It's like he wants us to go down with the ship.
He
Matthias.
wasn't keen in
Matthias.
bringing new bodies
Matthias.
of freshness in January transfer window.
LOVE.
He wants Akanji, Stones, Ake back. He wants
Matthias,
all these players back.
I don't want that girl. I just want this girl back.
But
And
the thing
bear
is,
in
mind,
the
yeah,
players did
but-
not. They've declined.
No,
It's been 2
listen,
years since the treble.
listen, we
Like they're
have
not
Kelly,
those
I want
flips
that.
anymore.
listen.
Kelly, I want that guy back. I don't want that other one.
We
I don't
have
want
to
this
God,
new
big
guy
up
you're giving
Chique,
me.
yeah?
I can't do that analogy right now. Nope.
We have to big up Chique. Chique done a masterclass on a Marmouche. He went out there. It was like, okay, it's 75 million euros, about 61 million pounds, 62. Let's get him now. If we left Marmouche at Frankfurt, he would have banged in 20 odd goals in the Bundesliga, and every single club would be after him. Liverpool
It would've
wouldn't
been
go and
100
buy a
million.
ticket. Yeah, Liverpool wouldn't go and buy a ticket. We would start bidding
Oh, got
for it.
Marmouche.
Yeah. He was just Chico was like, no, sorry. We identify this player. Let's get him now. Let's not wait until the summer because otherwise it's going to be a bidding war in the summer. Marmouche would have cost £100 million if we didn't go for him. Do you know what I mean? Husanov, he was linked to Tottenham.
And Newcastle apparently almost signed him.
Yeah. So
that's what my Newcastle friend told me.
I get it. But the problem is, I feel like the club, you just look at it, the whole summer transfer window was because there was not certainty in terms of whether the manager was staying or going. Because we only found out in end of November when he renewed his contract. And because we didn't know what was happening with Pep. Is his Pep staying or is his last season or not? I believe if we were still in the title challenge in November, December, yeah, he would have announced it that he's leaving. Because that was when we were just losing games where he was like, I need to stay. Do you know what I mean? But he was adamant that he wanted to go in the summer. But listen, I feel like I don't think there is much that we need right now, apart from maybe just the right back position. I feel like we've got the right players in, we've got the right position covered, we've got a very good squad depth. When you look at it, I said it before, we've got probably have the best squad in the league across all 20 odd teams. However, he has to make the right decision when it comes to match day. He has to. I believe all the fan base are now. We just know that the youngster will stay. However, when it comes down to team selection, but make the team balanced. Yeah, make the team balanced rather than. As a lot of people alluded to it, it's not about Bernardo Silva playing. It's not about Gundo starting. It's when you start both of them, where the midfield becomes vulnerable. If your midfield is vulnerable, then your defense pays for it. Yeah, I said it even last season. You can have a back line of the best players in the world. You can have the fucking Bastoni, Van Dijk, anyone in that back line.
Gabriel and Saliba.
If
They'd
your
be getting
midfield,
roasted too.
if you're going with the midfield of Rico Lewis, Gundogan, Bernardo, like we did do at Anfield. Yeah, the midfield at Anfield was Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Bernardo, and Rico, Gundogan, Bernardo. Yeah, you can have the best players across the back line. If you put up that midfield like that, you will concede goals. You will, because it doesn't take that much to get bypast that midfield. Look at Palace goal and the final. Brilliant piece of play. Goalkeeper, put it long, bang. Mateta hold up. No one in there. Midfield non-existent. They can't press. It's just a shambles. So the decision making needs to improve. I feel like, do you know, when he found a way, yeah, like sometimes he finds a way. He finds a formula. He finds the right profile. And the very next week, he just decides, I need forget that. Let me change it. completely
Yeah.
changed. Like, it was like, remember when we played
That was
at,
frustrating.
remember when we played Nottingham Forest at home, and he tried Grealish in midfield with De Bruyne, yeah, at both number 8.
Great.
Bro, it's great. Like, Grealish was putting tackles in there. The work rate was there. The very next game, he just changed it. I need to go back to my Bernardo Silva, to my Gundo. Like, yo, come on, man. Against Juventus, like, everyone was so excited the way we play, like fullbacks going overlapping, putting crosses in there. So I mean, even Nunes was putting crosses, distant crosses that made them score an own goal. And the very next minute, it's knockout game. Nunes and like your foot left back that you've just bought, he came out in the press conference and he said, "I like to cross. I enjoy crossing the ball into the box." And the very knockout game, and you tell them, you tell him to both of them to invert into midfield,
Yeah.
don't go in the byline to put crosses in there.
Even when they were inverting in the midfield, we still got absolutely destroyed in that midfield.
I was like,
I know we should have scored goals in the first half, but they were still getting a lot of chances in that midfield.
yeah, but your system, yeah, your
in the second half.
system needs to get the best out of the players. Do not ask the players to get the best out of your system. Yeah, let them players do what they're doing. Nunes, you like to go in the byline. Go attack the byline. Do you know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
like, yo, what are you doing? For listen, I feel like we have to back him to change. I feel like he's gonna change, but he will still make this sort of decision along the way. That's just fact. He's done that before anyway. Even when we were winning, he's done it. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. I feel like we've got the squad to win the league. I feel like we're gonna win the league. I look at I'm looking at Liverpool's squad. I look at the bench. They don't really have much in there. Like, Van Dijk is getting old. One injured to Van Dijk, the defense is all
And
over the place.
Gravenberch, the midfield collapses
Yeah.
too.
But they've got a good players in the attack. Don't get me wrong. They still got Salah in there. They still got they've got Jota. Sorry, Jota is
Gakpo.
RAP Jota.
Rest in peace.
Gakpo. Vert. That guy doesn't convince me. He's a scrub. I don't care what anyone says. Listen, he's going to be a flop in this league. If there's any Liverpool in the chat, you can go and cry. I keep telling you. I've been telling you since May. He's not that good. He's got moments in his game, but he's not elite. It's just simple as that. Arsenal, I feel like Arsenal is going to be very strong this season. But I think it's just going to be down to us what we do, really, what Pep decides to do. He just needs
I'm with you.
Yeah, he just needs to let the players do the magic. Do you know what I mean? Let them express themselves on the football field. Do you know what I mean? But first game of the season, Wolves away. I know what he's gonna do. I think we're gonna win it, but yeah, it's one of them. It's gonna be hard. But yeah, we've got some tough fixtures coming, and our first games, and we've got Arsenal away and Spurs at home,
and a derby, and
oh yeah, and the derby.
Someone
Is it
else.
at home? Well,
Someone else that's a tricky one that we lost last year. I think. Oh, was it Bournemouth? Maybe.
Yeah, it's not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy.
We've got Bournemouth. We've got Tottenham away. Is the derby at OT or at is it home?
I think it's at the Etihad. I'm not sure.
Because Arsenal, I know we've got Arsenal away, but Spurs is at home, I think. Yeah, but it's tough fixtures, man. And we can't. One thing that we cannot do this season is to start slow. We cannot start slow. We cannot go into a season where we're starting slow, dropping points, and everyone say, "Oh, we always start slow. We're gonna pick up the pace." The second half of the season, no, we cannot afford that to do this season. I'm afraid this season is the season where we have to start strong, and by strong I mean win the derby, beat Spurs, yeah, because we need to slap them, and going to Arsenal away.
Nice.
It'd be nice with the win, but don't get beat. It's just simple as that. So yeah, We'll see, man. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. What I was about to say, guys, I'm gonna finish it here because I have to study something. It's getting late, so I have to study something. Then I'm gonna have to do that at 7 a.m. But anyway, guys, big up to everybody, and thank you for coming again. And yes, I repeat this for the people who are crying in the chat. If Trafford drops a stinker, I will be front row. I will.
Wait. Before you go, who do you want in goal?
What?
Who do you want to be in the number? Who do you want to in goal? They get match game 1. Yeah. Week 1. Who do you want in goal?
Week 1, it's Edison.
Why?
Because it's Edison. What else can you do? It is Edison. You put Edison in goal.
Okay. Right. Okay. I'm gonna say one thing very serious in this.
He's already said it to me.
Yeah.
And
I'll say to the chat,
so he's coming for me.
Every time Pep Guardiola start Edison in goal, I will back him to start the Youngs. Everyone, all the Youngs all together. Yeah. Because what we're doing here is pathetic. Yeah. And I'm including you, Patrick. Yeah. Because we signed 2 new goalkeepers. Yeah. Same way we signed 2 new defenders, and everyone is crying why the 2 new signings not starting. Yet we signed 2 new goalkeepers, and you still want the old man in goal. Yeah? Swear to God, I'm gonna say
keepers in the midfield.
Every time I see Edison in goal playing for this team ever again, I will back Gundo to start alongside Bernardo and Kovacic all together.
So you also want like
you want the Kanji in there, and Rico Lewis is right back.
Yeah.
Do you remember that question I asked last time on this panel? I don't know if you were here. I said, do people want us to go full on build up? So if we go full on build up, I don't want to see the older players here. Send them away.
Well,
but guess what?
You've just said you want to see Edison in goal.
Do you know why I want to see Edison in goal? I think Edison is still our best keeper in the City jersey.
In where?
In the City jersey.
Okay.
It's tough because I think Trafford excels he's a better shot stopper.
And I'm the one drinking.
He's a penalty stopper and he's good with his feet, but Ederson is the best in the world.
What shots have Trafford? What championship shots for Trafford?
I don't care. If Trafford, if it doesn't work, put back Bentinelli in goal.
So your thing is this, right? Now let me get you this right. You want that from the beginning. Edison holds bench, Trafford starts.
New season, new goalkeeper.
Yeah, you're frozen. I think you're frozen. You're being punished. You're being punished by the YouTube gods for this
terrible take. No,
for your stinker take. I know you. Anyway, guys. On that note, we will be back. You know what? We will be back because I see people. People need negative international fans. So I will be back, and this season I'll be negative.
Are we ever gonna have a Pat and Kel show again?
I don't think so. I'm joking. We will. I will. Do you know why I'll be negative?
By the fans.
I'll be negative this season because this is the season people told me that it's the season we judge Pep. That if Pep drops a stinker, what people told me is like, oh, this season if Pep drops a stinker, that Pep out. That's what people told me last season. So this season he better. So the first one is Trafford. Second one is Pep. If Pep drops a stinker, this will be I hate Pep Guardiola channel, and you can cry.
This comment, there's a comment say no Akanji play, start Kusanova right back. Yeah, if I see Edison in goal, I would back Akanji to start.
Akanji is one of the best defenders
Patrick,
in the world.
There's going to be a civil war in the fan base this season. I guarantee you.
You know what? Anyway, I like winding people. People are getting wound up in the comments. You know what though? Let me be honest with you, Carl. Even me and Carl have agreed this off camera. We said, okay, you want a rebuild, right? Then get rid of the old players, didn't it, Carl? Let's go full on. Let's go full on Echeverri. Let's go full on Kusanov. Let's go, but it's not gonna happen because guess what? I am seeing Pep Guardiola giving hugs to Bernardo Silva.
Yeah,
Segundo
but
one.
do you not think that at this right moment in time, most of the players they hold all the cards?
What do you mean that they're in control?
Because let's face it, John Stones is aging towards the end of his career, and he's on 260K a week.
Yeah.
He's got 1 year left. Let's put forget about the player itself. Let's put ourselves into John Stones' shoes. Yeah. Football is a short career. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's this is the biggest contract he has. He's got 1 year left. Yeah. And he feels like he's got a point to prove because we didn't see him last season. The club can tell you, right, okay, we want to sell you. However, the player and the agent can go to the club and say, yeah, that's fine. You want to sell me, we can find the club. However, let's say, for example, if Newcastle comes in for John Stones and say, right, okay, we want you, but we are only willing to pay you 100K a week, then John Stones will have to go to Man City. Yeah, I want to go to Newcastle. However, they only want to pay me 100K a week. So you have to pay me the 160K. So would you do that? Would you pay the money? Would you sell John Stones? Yeah, send to Newcastle, and yet he's still taking 160K a week in your wage bill.
I don't know. You guys keep talking. Even talk about Jack Grealish, even though he looks fit.
Same with Jack Grealish. See, these players, it's either you buy them off the contract, like we done with Kyle Walker. What we done with Kyle Walker, we basically we just pay his compensation. He gone because Kyle Walker was on 150K. Yeah, it was 150K. But John Stones and Jack Grealish, these guys are on a massive contract. Yeah, same with Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips' contract, he's still got like 2 years left or 3 years left in that contract. He's on 150K. Yeah. John Stones is on 260. Grealish is on 300K.
Bernardo's on 300K.
Bernardo's on 300K. If you want to get rid of these players, you're gonna have to pay a lot of money. Yeah, because they will go to you and say, right, okay, you want to sell me? Yeah, cool, that's fine. However, you still have to pay me what you owe me for my contract. I can go to the club. Yeah, if the club is not matching me wage, then you have to find a solution to match that wage. I can get 10% from theirs, but the 90% comes from you. Let's say Jack Grealish, Everton won't pay 200K to Jack Grealish. It's going to be right. We can pay 100K, 120, yeah, and the other 180 or 200 will have to come from your account. Like you haven't got a player playing for your club, but yet you're still paying 200K. As a business, that doesn't really work out, does it? So right now we don't really hold much of the cards because the players does. I remember even in the first season, if you guys remember, when Pep Guardiola came in, we had Sanya, Clichy, Zabaleta, Kolarov, Yaya, Fernando, and Boni. All these players, Boni was on loan. All these players, yeah, they all had 1 year left on their deal. When Pep Guardiola came in, we signed 4. We signed Sane, Gundo, Nolito, Stone, and then Bravo, yada yada yada. So Pep Guardiola, the board went to Pep, and Pep Guardiola told the story, and he said, the board was like, okay, we have to keep these players for one more season because they've got 1 year left and we can't sell them. So Pep Guardiola's okay, we're going to keep these players. It's only 1 year. It's a transitional year. The fans will understand. That's why we saw Kolarov at centre backs with John Stones or Temenda. And then in the Centaurio season, all these players, they were free agents. We just moved them on, all of them. We only gave an extension to Yaya Toure for 1 more year. The rest of them, gone. Yeah. We are facing the same situation where we're going to struggle to sell these players because they're on a massive contract. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you find a club,
Gianna walked into a mess.
Then they have to match their wage first. And if they don't match their wage, then we have to negotiate. All right, we're going to pay 50% of your wage, and they pay the other 50%.
Just makes me wonder why we handed out some of these contracts.
Well, Ake after the treble, Bernardo Silva after the treble. Bernardo Silva is he's one of the most disgraceful footballer, and the fan base, these fanboys, they also disgrace. Yeah, anyone who's a fan of Bernardo Silva is a disgrace. Yeah, that guy has been wanting to leave Man City for 2 seasons.
That's a lie. That news is a lie.
Patrick, let me give it context. Let me give it context. Let me give it context. So the story about Bernardo wants to leave for 2 years. Let me give you full context. Right? It was because he didn't want to leave. It was because of the salary he was getting.
He was on 150K.
When Jack Grealish was on 250, whatever he was getting,
300.
Bernardo was on
300 straight away.
Bernardo was on 120.
No, 150.
Bernardo,
was 150.
Was it 120? Or I think it's 120, 130.
No, I done that research days ago.
Okay, let's say it was 150, right? If you're on 150, Bernardo Silva 2 seasons ago, where you killed it, and Jack is on 300, Abba, come on now. You're fucking on Pep's door, throwing stories around.
No. Listen, I get it. I understand. Listen, obviously, he should have got a pay rise, not double his salary. However, the guy wanted to go to Barcelona after being benched in the Champions League final. The very following year, he said he wanted to go again. I'm not sure whether it was him or it was his girlfriend or Mendes.
His wife, His wife doesn't even live here.
Mendes is he works for the Narcos. That guy is mad. Yeah. But cool. Yeah. Then we won the treble. He got a new contract, double his salary. But cool. But Bernardo fanboys, don't come to me and say, "Oh, great captain, my captain, I love you so much." No. The guy
he's our captain. Who's your captain? Let me ask you, who's your captain?
No, he's Pep's captain. He's nobody else's captain.
No, Let me ask you, who's the captain of Man City?
Well, Man City's captain is Bernardo Silva.
Google.
Don't be sucking him off. Don't be sucking him off 24/7.
I want you to go on Google and Google that who's the captain of Man City. He's there with them.
No, we know why he's captain. It wasn't because anybody picked him. It was because Pep picked him.
Do you know what, Matthias? We predicted this. I'm telling you, Pep Guardiola, I love this man. This man knows how to hurt our feelings. I somehow in the back, remember that time I made a video, you and me made a video in the afternoon, Matthias. I said, I have a feeling the captain is going to be Bernardo Silva, and people are voting for Diaz and Rodri. Yeah. Somehow, something just told me, Patrick, who's left? Who's his favorite right now? Who's left and who's at the top notch?
Well, it was easy to know this because if you remember at the end of last season, the only person who was on every interview regarding talking about the season,
Silva, and people were blaming, and people were saying Walker wasn't speaking. I was like, I think Pep was pushing Silva to go speak. No, Silva spoke a lot. Silva spoke a lot in every interview, but it was obvious. It was so obvious.
He didn't sugarcoat it. We'll say that.
Yeah, the only captain that had to be it's not going to be Ruben Diaz. I think the captain was Rodri.
Can I just say one thing, so that people don't say, "Oh, I've got an agenda."
You actually do have an agenda.
You have an agenda.
And I don't care. Listen, I don't care what people say to me. I think in the Club World Cup, Bernardo Silva was one of our better players in the team. I have to say that. I think he's trying to get back to his old self, which is good. But I feel like if Pep sees that, if Pep starts seeing what I'm saying, he will start him in every game. Don't just manage his minute a little bit. Yeah. What's happened to Rito Reyes? I missed the start of the show.
He wants to. Apparently, according to the rumors, he's requested that he wants to go, and because he knows
to play.
Because he wants to play.
Play him.
Because we can't.
Thank you, Matthias.
Don't be a fool, Matthias.
Do you
know who Akanji is? Do you know who Akanji is?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Akanji's gonna start most of the season at right back. I've already predicted it.
Do you know?
I have to watch him stink it up in the midfield all season. I'm gonna struggle.
Do you know what amuses me? Amuses me, Carl. even me, I'm not like a manager, but I play football, but I'm not even superior to Pep Guardiola. As people tell you, do you know more than Pep? I'm not superior to even Pep Guardiola. But if you told me from the beginning that, okay, Patrick, here's the Man City team, but we want you to make sure that one of the defenders walks into midfield. Even my daughter will be like, it's Josko, because Josko is good on the ball. But no, Pep went to pick the guy who was bad on the ball to force him to get in there. And guess what? Do you know what's funny?
What was the name? That was in the 4 pit. Remember when the 4 pit?
Yeah. And do you know what's funny? Every time when people argue with me, they go, oh, but Pep knows the best. Guess what? Even the player himself went
I'm not
in an
listening
interview.
to that argument.
What did Akanji say in the interview? I'm not comfortable playing in midfield. Do you remember? He said that against Dortmund. So if Akanji is saying it, am I stupid not to say that he's not the best with the ball? People, I don't get it. Guys, let me just give you this. Something that even there's something that I like about Carl ever since I met him. He told me that sometimes we have to question things. And I used to not question a lot of things. And now I question.
No, you have to. You have to.
Yeah, how can you live in... Wait, let me finish it. How can you live in this world and just accept that, it is what it is because, Patrick is my favorite YouTuber, so Patrick can say what is trash. That's the reason why if somebody says, oh, Patrick, you're wrong about Trafford, I agree. That, okay, I'm wrong about Trafford. We're going to have another debate, another season. But I've noticed some people in this world, I don't know how people are born, they just accept whatever it is. They will accept what somebody says. And let me give an example. I have a friend, I'm not going to mention his name. The guy thinks Mark Goldbridge is the best thing out there. He accepts everything Mark Goldbridge says. Mark Goldbridge is never wrong. And people are like this. So when I sit back, I'm like, don't you make your own decisions as a human being? Don't you sit there and say, my God, Pep Guardiola is a genius, but why are you trying to force Akanji to play into midfield where he can't play? Why are you trying to play Diaz in a high line where he's getting exposed? Why are you trying to play Gundogan against a team that can easily expose him? Like, I don't get why people don't want to ask those questions. Just ask those questions. Nobody's going to cry for you. But I don't know, Kelstar, I don't know. It's just the Akanji thing makes me laugh because in my heart, I thought Josko was coming here to take over Stones. Because I watched Josko. I was like, Josko is good on the ball. He gets into midfield. He can dribble. He's press resistant. That's the guy you need.
And he can pass too.
He's our left back.
I remember this before I was like on YouTube and talking to people. I remember specifically listening to you and Carl specifically talking about how Yashko like completes it. He said he completes a 3-box-3, like replacing Stones. And I remember getting so gassed up for that. And then he played at left back all season. And I was like, and it was a disaster to start with. And it was just
why would you think that he was bought to replace Stones? I always thought he was bought to play left back.
Because we know Stones is going to break down. That's why.
Yeah.
We had years of a track record of him constantly getting injured. Like,
yeah, but so is Nathan Ake. That's why I thought he would be the left back, to be fair. But would you put
Ake permanently as the left back?
I wouldn't put Ake nowhere near the centre back position. Next
Ake
season,
ended up playing centre back most of that season too, and Yashko had to play.
He just hasn't got. He lost a lot of things, Ake, for the past 2 seasons, where he's not just fit for the purpose to play centre backs anymore. I would still keep him to play left back because I feel like 1v1, he's the best between Diaz, Vardy, whoever plays in there. Ake just, when it comes to 1v1 defending, he's just the best. That's why when we went to Anfield last season, he put Vardy on the bench. He brought in Ake to deal with Salah because at home 2 weeks before, when you played them at home, Vardy couldn't handle Salah, so that's why he was like, okay, I need to go to A&E right now. I know Ake is still in crunches. I need to get him, take him from A&E out to the hospital bed, take him to Anfield and put him a left back because I need you there. Otherwise, it's going to be a cricket score. And Josko Vardy, sorry, my gorgeous little toy with the shiny black hair, sit on a bench. Yeah.
Damn.
It's as simple as that. Yeah.
He's a center back, man. He needs to be.
There's one thing.
Took 2 years to get him to play his best position.
There's one thing that Paddy say, and I'll tell you a lot. That I was just gonna say this to the chat. Yeah. I feel like we as a human being, we always look to someone to look up to. I get it. It's a human thing. However, you as a human being, you always need to have the ability to question things that you don't agree with. Yeah, not just in football, but in your workplace, when you work. Yeah, if you see your if you even your manager, if you see your manager or your stakeholders like saying doing something that you don't agree with, question him. Yeah, don't need to argue or say bad way. Just question things. With your family, even if you're religion, even in church, if you're pastor or you're priest. They will say something I don't agree with it. Just go and question it. Have a nice conversation with them. Doesn't mean you're against it. You just mean like, oh, I might not agree with it. I've got a different view. Yeah, you have to listen. It's part of life. If you're just someone who accept it, then you're more subject to be controlled. You lose control of things because people that start controlling you. Yeah, it's simple. It's when you go out with your friends. Yeah. Let's say, for example, you go out with your friends, you go out for a meal or a drink, yeah. If your friends started doing some mad things, yeah, you have to question, yo, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? Do you know what I mean? Doesn't mean he's not going to be your friend anymore. It's just questioning things. Yeah. You in life, you have to have the ability to question things that you might not agree with. It's just part of life. Yeah, you have to have that. So yeah.
And questioning Pep doesn't mean that we think we're smarter than him, and it doesn't mean we want him out. We're just asking questions.
Why is
that's how you form a discussion.
Can I say something though? There was a time last season, low key. I was like, you know what? I think Man City should just call me. The guy had so many stinkers. I was like, nah. I was like, give me the.
Thinks he knows better than
nah. I'm telling you, Carl. Those moments, I was like, nah. You know,
I wish you called him and been like, "Where's Jacob Wright?"
There was moment. I was like, "What the fuck is he doing?" Do you know when we used to take? Do you know when he used to take Kovacic off? Yeah. When we will hold on to the lead and he puts Gundo in, and he will concede straight away.
Those moments I used to see. You know, Pep Guardiola last season made me take out a notebook and started writing formations and say, "Man, no, we have to lock up here. Maybe we have to play a low block." Because last season, some of the things you're like, okay, look, I get it though. Anyway, Hong, how you doing, Hong? I see you're in the streets of whatever you are. What street is that?
I'm actually waiting for the bus to get home, Patrick. But thank you so much for having me on first and foremost.
Yeah, go ahead. Are you happy? Are you happy that your favorite keeper is back at City at Trafford? I was about to say Trashford, but that'll be a new.
I think with
I'm just waiting for him to make a mistake so you can.
I just think with Trafford, like I just felt like for me personally before he came back, I just felt he was nailed on for Newcastle because I think they promised him more of a starting spot there. But of course, I think now that City came in, of course, head turned. But I think what I admire about Trafford so much, I think, is his self-belief and his confidence in himself and his ability to become the best. I think when he was at I read something about Bolton when he was on loan at Bolton. He said to the Bolton manager, "I wanted to become the Man City in England #1." And this is when he was 18 years old, and they thought he was way ahead of himself. But listen, he knew what he knew what he believed in. He knew what his goal was, and now here we are today. So I think if you look at his interview back when he went on his first loan at Accrington Stanley, he said, "I want to be Man City's #1."
Let me just ask you one question. Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, you carry on with your thought. Game week 1, who you starting in goal?
I'm gonna go for Trafford.
Well done. I don't need to write your name down to my list. I only got Paddy, Carl, and Kel. I'm gonna come in for them three.
I want you to think about this. This is World Cup season. Trafford wants to be on the plane to America for the World Cup. and he wants to be on there playing, getting games, and that self-belief that he so has, and plus like he's just so confident in himself as well. And now, and I didn't at the time. I thought, okay, I admire that confidence at 18 years old, but I thought, let's just hope this materializes in the best way possible. And now here we are today. Yeah. So here we are today, and I just think, because I think now I'm seeing all murmurs and whispers from Turkey and Saudi Arabia of Edison being linked to them. And listen, honestly, I just feel like this is what Trafford wanted since he signed for Manchester City at 12 years old. He knew what he wanted.
No, he did. Low key, he did. Like, look, I give him credit. I remember that video when he said, like, look, for me, I want him to succeed, but I just tell people that stop calling him world class or the best shot stopper. And who cares if he's 6.6 tall? I have seen tall keepers who stink. Trust me. I don't.
You remember Costa Patalimon?
Yeah, I remember him, and people are glazing him. Do you remember that kid Morik? Is it Morik? I forgot him. He went to Burnley too. That kid stinks now. Yeah. That kid was tall. He was supposed to be one of the best out there. That kid is struggling now. He was dropped at Burnley. What was I about to say? Before we finish up, I just want to offer my support to Bernardo Silva, my captain, the best midfielder in the world right now, treble winner. He's won so many Premier Leagues.
Better than Rodri, apparently.
Why are you offering your support? Is he getting married or what?
No, because people are hating on him. I've seen people are hating on him, saying Silva has to leave. Silva has to leave. Silva has to leave. That's what I'm saying. So I will be a Silva Glazer this season.
I tell you, the fan base don't rate him anymore.
And you know what? Let me be honest, just to piss most of you people off, so that some of you guys can go crying. I'll be praying every day in my life that Gundogan starts every game next season, so that everybody can feel hurt like I did. Because if Victor and Echeverri are leaving, that means my hope is gone. Because I can't believe we're sending Echeverri away. I can't believe that. The guy, I think, is good. Even that free kick he did against Juventus, I haven't seen a free kick like that from City players in a long time. And also
was that guy, the Argentinian one, number
Peroni?
19? No.
Alvarez.
Yeah.
Have you seen the free kicks he's banging at Atletico Madrid? Oh my god.
Yeah, because Alvarez was always good in free kicks.
He was, but he was.
Against Wolves was.
Yeah, but
even in corners as well, he was good at taking.
Yeah, but he never got the opportunities because KDB used to hog them, and KDB stank for seasons.
Well, I think our corners. We're potentially handicapping ourselves with who we.
No. Look. I love KDB. KDB is the best Man City midfielder everybody has ever seen. And some people can start digging up fossils from back in the days. I'm sorry, with all due respect, I was not there. I only saw KDB, so KDB is my guy. You're not gonna be sending me black and white videos of people. I'm sorry. You know what? I've warned you that if I come back on YouTube like this, you're just gonna hate me because
You didn't show the same support towards KDB than you're showing to Bernardo Silva, who is more of a legend.
Can I be honest? Can I be honest with you? Can I be honest with you? Carl said this, and I think he's right. The only reason I think they let KDB go is because his contract was the one expiring. I think that's why they let him go. I think that's why. I think if he had 1 year left, I think we could have still seen KDB.
He was the only one who deserved to stay out of the four.
No, but he was also finished.
But finished cap is better than the other three.
No. Let's be honest.
KDB is finished, but your captain and Gundo. Oh my God.
That says his captain is finished.
Yeah, can I break it down for you? And I think I said this before on a stream, and people did not believe me. I told people on a stream that I don't think Pep liked KDB. I don't think Pep likes a KDB type player. Pep never likes a free. Let me tell you something. I think Pep never likes a player like KDB, but he has no choice but to play him. Yeah. Do you get my point? You have no choice because the guy is too good. If you don't play him, you'll be embarrassed. Pep Guardiola. I don't even think Pep liked Messi. I think he never liked Messi, and I think he left Barcelona because Messi. I think he never. But he had no choice. I think Pep had no choice but to play Messi. I don't know if you see where I'm coming from. He never likes these people who go outside the system. I think so. He never likes the people who do things outside the system. but he has no choice because they're too good.
Yeah. But big players, top players, big players, they will never follow your system for minute 1 to 90.
Yeah,
They
did you
won't.
hear? Did you hear what KDB said in his interview, Carl? He said, "I don't care what somebody's game plan is or what other people think. I'll play football how I think, and I'll take risk and lose the ball 20 times until I
Yes,
make that right pass."
bro.
That's
KDB was the only player that told Pep to shut up
that's
during
what I'm
games.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm
he
telling
has
you.
him.
Do you
Yeah.
remember? Do you remember this guy?
That's why Nico's in the doghouse, because he
People-
like sassed Pep at Spurs or something.
Yeah, but you guys don't get it. Do you remember when Pep came here? What did he do? He went after Aguero. Why? He went after Aguero.
Yeah.
But
He-
guess what?
you remember, yeah. Remember the Gabriel Jesus debut against Tottenham when he
Yeah.
came on and scored the offside goal, and everyone was all on their pants. Oh my God, Gabriel Jesus! Now, yeah. Aguero was put on the bench. Aguero sat on
Yeah.
the bench for like 5 games, and when Aguero came on, and we just banging goal, bang, 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 bang. You
That's
don't
what I'm
never be respect top players, bro. Doesn't
That's what
matter
I'm
what
saying.
this,
That's
bro.
what I'm saying. That people don't get
Aguero
it.
was ass.
Because Pep Guardiola doesn't like these players that are like free spirits or whatever. You see, Aguero had to kneel down to Pep, sort of start playing the Pep system for things to work out. He doesn't want Mavericks. Do you know why he got rid of Joe Hart? Joe Hart could have at least been a player for him for just a one season. But guess what?
Rather than
Joe
in
Hart,
Bravo.
Joe Hart was too much like this in the dressing room and too much of a character. I know Pep
With his
Guardiola.
feet.
Yeah, but that's what it is with Pep. He doesn't want you to talk out. He wants you to fall in line. And you know what Carl said? Carl said this seasons ago, and people did not say they went against Carl. Do you remember when Carl, you told me that the captain for this team is Pep Guardiola, the other captains are just not captains. They're wasting that time.
Yes, now he's the captain
Yeah.
of the team.
He
See,
He's the
is.
captain of the team.
See that
Team.
that's why sometimes you feel like you when you see players. That's why I keep telling you guys, yeah. The reason why he plays Gundo Bernard and whatnot is because doesn't matter what happens in the game, these players they follow the game plan. We can go 1-0 down, 2-0 down, yeah. This group of players that he keeps playing them, they will follow the game plan.
That's true.
Yeah, he will follow from minute 1 to 90. The only time they won't follow the game plan is when he himself and the dugout he just decides, right, okay, it's 5 minutes to go, we 1-0 down, let's just put Doku in there, put a bunch of balls in the box, cross. That's the only moment, because at that point, yeah, he knows that it's only 5 minutes left. It's panicking, we're losing. Like, okay, forget about the game plan. You've done the game plan for minute 1 to 85. However, okay, sorry, it's not working. Let's make some. Why do you think he makes subs so late?
I think he just has faith that his starting 11 will get the job done.
No, it's the game plan. Sometimes you have to, even if the game's 0-0, right, bro, make some subs. Fuck it, you're not playing well. Get off. Let me just throw in Oscar Bob or whatever is on the bench. You know what I mean? Take some risks, man. I feel like we don't see that we take risks on our own box more times than we take on a position on box. Remember when we're doing the build-up of play and we get impressed? Yeah, look at how much risk that we take, just passing. Do you know what I mean? Why don't we take the same risk when you're in an opposition box rather than just doing the U-shaped football sideways? Let's go on the other side again. Why is it we take more risks on our box where we can concede more goals, but we don't take risk on the opposition box? Where's the ball through? Do you know, where's that inventiveness? Do you know what I mean? It baffles me sometimes, and these are the sort of questions where you, as a football fan, you've got to be able to ask. You can't just sat there, oh, I'm not a manager, or Pep knows more than me, so I'm not going to ask. We're
just having a discussion. We don't think
your
we
eyes
know more
can't
than
lie
Pep.
to you, bro. Your eyes cannot lie to you. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
that annoys me. It's like, oh, you don't know better than Pep. I'm like, no shit, I don't. But
well,
I'm just having a discussion. Like,
I know more than Pep. I know that if you play the 4-3-3, we'll win. So I know more. From now on, I know more than Pep. Anyway, what was I about to say? I have to stop it here. Let me start studying now because I don't want to fail.
No, big up Luke. Big up
yeah,
Luke in the chat.
Hey, Luke. We gotta
Yeah,
get
big
Luke
up-
on here next time.
Yeah, big up, Luke, man. Big up, Luke, man. Look, we have to do a
Everyone's
show
subscribed to Not in My
together.
Lifetime also.
If
Look, send us the link. We're ready. We're ready anytime.
what is he saying?
Mateus and I will be there.
Yeah, we'll be there, and I'll be there to annoy people, and probably look, you're gonna lose a few viewers because they some people are crying in this world. But anyway, guys,
That's wearing his Bernardo shirt, and he's gonna
I
buy
am.
a Captain
You know what? You know what? Thank you for saying that. I'll actually get a Bernardo Silva shirt. I think it's about time somebody appreciates this great captain of ours. So I will get.
You'll never
Bernardo.
believe it, but I have a Bernardo shirt.
No, you don't. You don't. You're a liar.
I'll wear it. I'll wear it on the next stream.
No, you're a liar. Don't. You're lying. You hate Bernardo Silva with a passion. You do. You
Wow.
do.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
You do hate Bernardo Silva.
Yes,
with
me
passion.
wanting a player to leave because he's no longer good enough means I hate him.
Yeah, I hate.
And it means I've forgotten all his past contributions. Also, that's an argument I can't handle anymore.
Yeah.
Players get old, and that doesn't erase what they did in the past because you're just commenting on their current form. You're not slagging off their past. You're just commenting on the present.
Yeah, and Kelsa,
And
since
the present isn't 2 years ago. It isn't 3 years ago. It isn't 8 years ago.
Since they're accusing you of paying YouTubers to get on their channels, where's my payment?
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
But anyway, on that note, guys, goodbye. And big up to you. Big up to you. Obviously, I care about the community, but it's never about views. It's about the debate. Yeah, I'm telling you, look, the community, is full of likable people, but it's also full of people who I think at this point in time, we should just start giving them eyes. Anyway, big up to
different
everybody.
Opinions. It's okay. Everyone gets their opinion. Just don't be a dick, and we'll listen to your opinion.
Yeah.
I'm taking a break. You are not going to see me here for a long time, but I will be around.
Wins tackles! In front! It's a title winner! Perfect end to a perfect day. Manchester City 4, Manchester United 1. Oh, what a hedge! Oh, that's electrifying! Hat-trick hunting, trick getting. Still the appetite is there for more. Oh, it is sensational!